Hey guys, welcome back. So today I've made this little free rack that I'd like to share with you guys. I'm just going to make a quick video to show you how it works. Something that I've used in a couple of my productions before. It's really quite versatile. You can sort of use it to create some evolving pads, risers. You can get really creative with it. With my instrument racks, I like to sort of add a bit of a curveball, so I'll show you what I mean a little bit later in the video, but some resonance, LFOs, things like that. So yeah, let's get stuck in. So I'll just go through the parameters that I've assigned here that I find quite helpful to get some interesting results. First thing that I've done there, I've obviously showed you with the wavefold. Comes in quite handy to add a bit of character and harmonics to your sound. The next dial over here, I've got the time dial for the flanger. Similar thing, so you can add sort of a different resonant frequency to the sound. I'll give you a bit of an idea of what that sounds like. The next one we've got here is the shifter, which is great for adjusting the tone of the sound depending on what track you're working on and what key you're working in. So I'll give you an idea of what that can do for you. Yeah, so lots of options there. Really great for just dialing it in. So next up, I've got the doubler here. This is just linked up to the dry wet of this doubler effect. This really just sort of changes the stereo image of the track. I've got this ozone imager so you can see what effect it is having on it as I'm playing it. Next up, very useful, straightforward one. It's just the attack of the envelope 2 of Wavetable. Just gives you that feeling, that initial feeling of the pad coming in and a bit of control over how long that takes to come up. So I'll show you what I mean. Yep, so as you can see there, it's, as I'm shortening the attack, it's just taking a little bit less time for it to come up. Great to adjust the speed of the sound depending on what tempo you're working in or whatever the application is. It's very handy. Now I'll talk about these last 4 options on the bottom of the rack first. First one, very straightforward. It's just a straight up low pass filter, just to have a bit of manual control over the filter. In Wavetable, the filter is obviously modulated by the envelope here, as you can see right there. And that's where you have a bit of control of the attack with this last dial. But with the low pass filter, it's just been linked here just because this is something that I find that I often automate during the mixdown or production phase of my track, and I like to have it ready to go. So that's very straightforward. There's a bit of opportunity for a bit of creativity there. Obviously you can automate that or sync it up to an LFO or an envelope or something and really get creative with it. So these last 3 options here are dials linked up to a few different options on this corpus effect. Again, just to add some different resonances and get a bit of a different flavor out of the sound. Corpus is a brilliant effect that I don't use enough but I've decided to put in this rack to get a bit more use out of it, and I'll show you why I enjoy it so much. And the great thing about this is you can toggle through a few different options on Corpus. There's a few different, I think it's I don't know what the name for it is, physical models. Beam works pretty well. I quite like membrane and plate as well for this application. Now, it's important to note, whilst I'm on the topic of this rack and resonance, you really want to be careful with any resonant frequencies in the mixdown process of your track. I might make a video about that in the future, but it's really good just to be aware of what resonances you're adding to your sound and if they're overbearing, so keep that in mind. And the last dial here that I haven't gone through is the LFO amount. As you can see on the bottom left hand side of the rack, I like to add something to my racks just to sort of inspire a bit of creativity if I'm feeling a bit stuck. This LFO is modulating the pitch of the wavetable. I've added this just as a bit of a wild card, just to mix things up and really mangle your sound and give you the opportunity to hopefully spark some ideas. It's great to really mess around with these options that I've got here, even the shape of the LFO, just to get different results. And who knows, it might spark some ideas when you really need them. So that is the walkthrough of this rack, guys. I hope you guys find it useful. I'll pop a link for it in the description. Please leave some comments, like, subscribe, tell me what you think about this video, tell me what you think about this rack, show me what you use it for. I'd really love to hear what you guys make with it. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Thanks so much.